All right, what's going on, folks? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, let's check it out. Got an interesting one today that I'm going to try to paint here. Hopefully I can paint it pretty well. It's always the case, right? It's always what I'm hoping for. Okay, good enough. What's going on, Kashika, Enrique, Trisha, hey Yami, what's happening, Amanda, what's going on, everybody? All right, got a lot of viewers already, so that's pretty cool. So let's try to sketch in the perspective real quick here. So this one, I mean, it's not like, I'll show you guys the reference photo real quick. So I actually, if you guys saw the thumbnail, this is actually different than the thumbnail. So I actually added in the two boats on the left, in the foreground to the left. I actually added those boats in from a different photograph. I photoshopped them in. I just felt like it needed a little bit more. So we'll see if those end up being necessary or not. But I felt like, you know, this isn't like the greatest composition or anything. It's basically just a little practice for me for painting some buildings, trying to do, you know, something, just some practice basically. That's all I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? So we just got to be careful with the perspective here. Also, it looks like I'm drawing things a lot larger than they actually are. So it's okay. So I'll stay calm right now. We'll try to figure this out. What's going on? Designs by CAD Pro. Zombie, what's happening? Cubs win. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We'll see if I can make this, keep this composition good. So I feel like maybe this building needs to be smaller. And possibly, I don't know, let's try to fit everything a bit better. So, because the focal area of this little piece of light is kind of in the center. Well, the thing is, I'm also cropping it differently than the actual photograph, so I gotta be careful here. Don't want to do anything too crazy yet, so we'll just okay, I feel a little bit better about this now. So something like this, and then you know, we're modifying shapes a bit. So this is kind of the focal area, that light piece of light. You know, I don't want to be too detailed with this thing, and I feel like I'm a little too rigid here with some of this. There we go, looks a little bit better. And over here, this background, I mean, this is going to be very soft and lighter, because this is kind of my focal area. May have this boat in here that I added in, photoshopped in. I felt like it just needed something else, because there's kind of a boat down here in the corner that I'll probably put in, possibly. You know, there's a little bit of light hitting this boat, and some, you know, whatever, people down there. It's not too important, but I kind of wanted to have some kind of triangulation a little bit. So what I mean by that is, like, I always try to have, not always, but this composition, it felt like it needed something else to catch the attention. You know, I didn't want it to be like just this building being lit up. So I added this little boat over here that has this little white piece of light. You know, there's a white figure standing in the boat too, some dark figures as well, but it's a pretty small boat. It's probably too big for a figure in there. You know, it's pretty small. It kind of gives scale to the rest of the buildings as well. Like, these are pretty big buildings. So it just helps to give some scale to everything, having this small boat here, and it just gives this kind of triangulation of like things that can catch your eye, keeps you moving around a little bit. You know, I put a little boat back here. It's just a dark shape, but it's not really necessary, but I can have that if I want. But that's what I mean, it's like just by that kind of triangulating things a bit, rather than this just being the only thing. Like, if I didn't have these boats here, it could still work possibly, but you know, I just wanted the a little more movement around the whole thing. That's all. We'll see if this ends up working or not. Like I said, I mean, this is just me practicing, playing around. It might not be like the greatest composition ever, but you know, I wanted to try to improve upon it a little bit if I could. So I'm just trying to plan some of the shapes a little bit. The zebra was amazing. Thanks. Yeah, that zebra I drew last night, it was pretty cool. Why are all of Kashika's messages getting deleted? You're saying something the Nightbot does not like, I guess. Not sure why. Let me see. View deleted message. That's weird. I'm not sure why it was deleting your stuff. Anyway, what's going on, Sarah? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks everybody that's tuning in. Andre, Theo, Theo. Perspectives give me heartburn. Yeah, it can be tricky. Yeah, I need to. I don't remember the settings I have on Nightbot. I made it like if you say something in all caps, it like automatically blocks it or deletes it or whatever. Like if you scroll up in the chat, like it'll probably show that like, oh, message was deleted or whatever. But it's a robotic thing to stop people from like spamming or whatever, or doing certain things. If you put too many emojis and that's all you say, then it'll block that. Like, you know, there's certain things it blocks that I have that it blocks. So, okay. Just have some stuff there. So we'll try to keep all the contrast around here, this area, mostly, kind of soften everything else. So something I have that I kind of forgot to use. It would have been really helpful to use. Looking back now, it would have been really helpful to use during that tiger painting that I did a few days ago. I've had this little spray bottle. I have a few of these I ordered. It's like a 3-pack, and this is actually glass because I don't know, I couldn't find any plastic ones. But you could spray this on here, and it'll just soften things up. It'll keep washes wetter a little bit longer. It's just a little bit of a mist. And this would have been like super helpful. So I'm going to try to use that today to soften some things when I need to. And, you know, we'll just go like that. And I'm going to just spray my palette a bit, get the colors wet. Cool. So overall, yeah, I think this is my idea overall. I'll try to keep these perspectives pretty good overall, but this is really my focal area. We'll keep this mostly white. Oh, there is a nice shadow I want to add in. This is really going to help it. So there's a shadow coming across like this. So this little shadow here, that's going to really add some interest, I think. Kind of point us down to the water, to things happening. Give us a nice light versus shadow type of a deal. That's the idea anyway. We'll see if I can make it work. It's really not that big in the photograph, but you know, I want to make it a little more interesting. No worries, Kashika. It's all good. This is a library setting. No yelling. No all caps. No stripes? Yeah, no stripes today. No stripes. I can make some stripes on this building maybe or something. No. Where did you pick up the spray bottles? Amazon? Yep. I need to make a new affiliate link list. What did I need to make? You know, I have a link for this fan. I have a link for these spray bottles. I have a link for something else. The white pins. So yeah, I'll have to get those links soon. I'll post them down in the once this video uploads, I'll post it in the comment section, all the materials that I'm using. That's what I need to get back to doing that. I used to do that a lot. Anyway, let's get started here. So for anybody that might have joined late, I'll show you guys really quickly. Here's the reference photo. Like I said, those boats to the left, I added those in from another photograph from Italy, from Venice. I think this place is Venice, so I photoshopped those in there today. But anyway, be sure to check out my website as well. Got some art on there for sale. Got some drawings. Got some cool paintings for sale. Be sure to check all that out, and there's ways to support me on there as well. I have a support page, you know, donation links, Bandcamp, all that stuff. So definitely check all that out. Much appreciated. So I'm going to start off with the sky, I think, because it's a good place to start. Try to keep this one loose, folks. Try to keep this one loose and moving, and not get too caught up in craziness. That was an accident. And it's gone. Okay. So at this stage, using a good amount of water, trying to at least. Good amount of water. And I'm not mixing anything crazy here. I'm just mixing up some ultramarine. I put a little bit of cobalt teal in there, but I'm trying to just get it really watery. And I might add some like red and other colors to this in the sky, you know, just to gray it down a bit. It doesn't have to be super blue, because, you know, it's not exactly my focal area or anything. We just want the sky to be a light value. And I want this to look, you know, pretty sketchy, like I painted it from life or something. Like I was really there when I painted it. You know, we'll just let some interesting colors bleed, see what happens. But I know I want this roof back here to kind of bleed into the sky. We'll let some of this stuff kind of bleed. Some of the roofs and stuff. But it's all going to dry lighter anyway. It's going to dry much lighter. So, like I said, not too worried. Kind of want to move this around a bit. Yep, should dry much lighter. So now I'm just mixing up kind of a reddish color for the this roof back here. You know, something that's not going to catch the attention that much. Just keep it like that. See, I'm just trying to let it bleed into the sky, because it's not that important. We don't want it, don't need it to be up front. Also the building as well. I want to make the building much lighter than what it actually is. I don't want to define things too much. Let's try the spray bottle right here. We can soften some of that. Boom. So now we can get some softer edges on that on the windows. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's going to be 108. It's going to be 109 where I'm at, like in 2 days. And then 108. Yeah, this weekend's going to be crazy. But, so you can see how the sky is already drying a lot lighter. This is all soft. Getting that to bleed looks pretty nice. I'm liking that. So I didn't really plan what to do after this now. Let's go going on, Philip? Yeah, I need to wear my Schaefer art t-shirt. I do, for sure. I need to get a size that fits me. I don't have one that fits me. But what's going on, Joshua? Thanks for tuning in. Yep, air quality's still not that great, but it was good today. Actually, it was right on the edge of being good. It was moderate, but it was very, very low end of moderate. So almost good. We almost had some good. Almost had good air quality today, but it varies every single day. It's different, depending on which way the wind's blowing, where the fires are from. I think there's a fire right now that's really the only one that's burning, at least from what I've seen. I think there's probably a bunch more, but it's one that's like north of me. It's really bad. But so sometimes it blows my way, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just trying to vary the color here. I'm trying to really play around with color today. Just have some fun. Hey, Designs by Cadbro, thanks for becoming a member. Greatly appreciate it. It's awesome, man. Thanks so much. Welcome to the club, son. So try to lighten that up a bit. We don't want stuff to be too dark. Although it looks very dark on this camera. It's not very dark, I'm telling you. I think I softened that a bit too much, but hey, I was playing around with it, so we're learning, we're figuring it out. It's the only way to do it, right? You just gotta try it, see what happens. You never know what's gonna happen until you try it. I'm gonna add just a little bit of blue here and there to some of these roofs, gray them down slightly, because we don't need them to be super saturated up there. But I'm just kind of keeping the lines broken. I don't want it. Doesn't need to be super solid. That's something I always do all the time. I always make stuff like so solid, and it kind of like ruins the effect sometimes. It's a nice effect. There is some kind of like chimney here. I'll like try to put that in. We'll add some other. There's a bunch of other chimneys and stuff. So. Just try to sprinkle those in. Yeah, make it interesting, that's all. Don't want to be too detailed, I would think. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Just try to keep. I just know I want this to be white mostly. We put a little bit of warmth at the bottom or something near the shadow as well. But for now, we'll keep that loose. Now, I think everything else is pretty much in shadow. All the buildings, this is all in shadow except for this one spot and maybe a spot back here. Everything else is in shadow, so I can put those washes on. So what I'm going to try to do is just put one wash down overall for the shadow areas, and then we'll go back with a little bit of darker areas in the windows. That's my goal. That's what I'm thinking. And we're going to play around with some color here for sure for these shadows. Try to keep things cooler, grayer, but still have a little bit of color, Just something fun. We'll try. We'll see. See what happens here. All right. And we don't want flat. I don't want flat color. So when I put down a wash like that, you know, if I can, I want to drop in, you know, if it's a cool, very, very cool color, you know, try to drop in a little bit of warm in there just to make it different. You know, I want the color to move. That's what I mean by move, you know, it's just, it gives just a different kind of hue to it, you know. So there's a little bit of light area right there. I'm gonna try to leave that. And then now we're getting onto the main building. So this one I'm gonna try to make an interesting color. You know, it's a white building, so I can really have some fun here with this and kind of make this one a bit more, you know, purpley, bluey, blue and purplish. Like I said, try to vary the color as I'm going. Can even add a little bit of alizarin in there. Right up against where, so you drop in a little bit more color in there and it just, boom, really boosts it a little bit. There's some trees and stuff there, but we're gonna put those in later. They're pretty dark. Just trying to keep this shape connected a bit. And this other building, it's a bit warmer of a shadow, so try to warm it up or something. When I get to this building, you know, add some orange or yellow into it, yellow ochre. Too straight there. Don't want that line to be so straight, you know, keep it, want it to be interesting. Now I'm going to mix some purple into this one because, you know, we got some yellow there and the complement of yellow is purple. So this will give us a nice gray to play around with. So we're getting a pretty colorful statement here. Pretty colorful, pretty different. Trying to keep it loose, like I said. What's going on, Kuwait? What's going on, Asami? Kuwait Asami, what's happening? Hope I'm not missing. Do you have time to draw the turtle? Yeah, probably tomorrow. I didn't forget. Trust that. Didn't forget. So now I'm trying to figure out this last building, how to make it a bit different. Maybe like a bluish gray or something. Even though it's kind of warm in the photograph, but I don't know. These are all kind of warm. Like that's warm, so I kind of want put warm against cool when I can. Let's see if we can run these together a little bit as well. kind of like I did here, kind of merge those buildings, so you know, we don't need to make, I don't need to make these completely all the same, or you know, separate. Let's see what happens if we spray that area. Let's just play around, right? Let's just play around, have some fun. Let's try to see what happens. Usually when you add more water to a wash, it gives it like a, you know, makes it bloom and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Definitely softened it. So that was cool. So let's turn down the value here. It's kind of, it's a little bit darker in reality. So pretty wild, right? Looks pretty wild. I can get rid of some of these white. There is some white, there's a lot of white on these buildings, but I kind of ignored all that. You know, these white frames and everything. Just kind of was like, yeah, whatever. But I left some white gaps there just to make it a little sketchy. Did you make another 2-hour session yesterday? Just about, yeah, I did. Just about, unfortunately. I think it was like 1 hour and 50 minutes or something. I can't exactly remember, but it was close to it. But today I'm trying to be, this one's going to be quicker today. No doubt, because I'm killing this one already, I think. It's going pretty well, I think. We'll see if I can keep this up. I feel good about this one, so that's something, right? As long as I feel good about it, then it should be good. Just adding in these trees here a bit. Made this one really blue, really cool color. Just because this one's more in shadow than this one. This one's a little bit warmer. So we'll see if that helps at all or something. But well, I could go into the water. I could get into the water, you know what I mean? But gotta put my swim trunks on first, son, before we tackle this water. Okay. Just little baby splatters right there. Well, I'm missing a crucial shadow, but I don't want to put it in yet, but there's a shadow that goes across this building that's gonna give it some movement, because everything is very vertical. You know, there's not many diagonals in this, so having this one diagonal be in my focal point, I think it's gonna really help, I think. Yeah, thank God these buildings don't have any stripes, that's for sure. I did not go there in Paris, I don't believe. I filmed every place I went to, so if it's not in the video, then I didn't go there. But okay, let's see. Let's fill in some of this white area a little bit. Let's get some softness in there. Get some really nice softness right there. I like that. That looks really nice. It's really beautiful when you can do that. Okay. So we got some bloom here, unfortunately, but it's all right. We'll keep it there. Should be fine in the end. So this water, we're gonna leave some light reflections here. A little bit of light for this boat, light reflection for that, light for that boat. So that's, got to keep all that in mind. Yeah, sorry about the neck. I just needed that. I felt like I needed that, unfortunately. I know some people don't like that, but it's my stream, son. I'll do what I want. Okay, put in this little boat there. Okay, or large boat. If you did, you would know the yeah, didn't go there. Is this type of content? This is the type of content YouTube algorithm should me benefiting. Not that Logan Paul be, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Okay, let's see the water. Blue, we want some blue, want some Viridian, some ultramarine blue, some Viridian, some cobalt teal, some purple. You know, we'll try to just a little bit of purple. Actually some warmth over here to reflect that warm building possibly. So just we're trying to get it to harmonize with everything else, you know. I don't want to use a lot of Viridian because I haven't really used Viridian anywhere in this painting. But okay. Need some, I'm going to start the water back here, I think, and move my way down. Kind of like the way I did the buildings, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just mixing up some nonsense color, basically. You know, some cools, some warms. Okay. Let's try this, see what happens. So we'll put, don't want it to be super straight or anything back there. So like I said, just trying to reflect that building back there a little bit. Let's try to soften this line in places. There we go. I can put a darker line back there if it needs it later. But now what I'm going to do real quickly, I'm going to get some blue going into this. Because we want that wet into wet kind of. Got to work quickly here, folks. So I'm going to disregard the chat for a few minutes. Because I need to work pretty quickly. Because we want to get this all to be kind of wet into wet. So you see I got that nice, really just nice blend there, just kind of bled together. Part of this boat is actually dark. We'll just add that to the water. Put the back of it, gotta leave the back of it. Actually, we should have had some light behind this boat. So I'll try to preserve that if I can, but so making it more kind of green as it gets toward us. I forgot the light area for that reflection, so I'm gonna try to save that right now. So what I'm gonna do is just I don't know if I'm going to get the look of the reflection or not. Maybe, possibly. If not, I'll just paint over it, but for now we'll just try to keep it there. Yeah, this would be helpful if I was painting at an angle. Let all these colors run and stuff. It's definitely harder to paint flat. Yeah, the blooms, the reason you get blooms is because you add, if you have a wash down already and you add more water, it's going to get a bloom. So I can demonstrate that on a scrap sheet of paper. But if you're trying to go back in and add like variety of color like this, you want to just pick up more pigment and not more water. So the reason you get a bloom is because you're using more wetness than what's on the paper. It's very difficult to know. It's like a super, I mean, it takes a long time to, I mean, I still make blooms all the time. I screw things up. But you have to, yeah, you have to add more pigment, not more water. It's tough, man. It's really tough. This water looks a mess. I feel like I want to just paint over that reflection because it doesn't really do anything for me. And this camera, God, it looks awful on this camera. But I'm gonna do this shadow on this building and see what I can make out of this thing. But you guys know how it goes. It usually looks awful before it looks good. So hopefully that's the case here. So I want this shadow to be pretty light because it's on a white building. So usually you get a lot of reflected light bouncing around. It's going to be much lighter usually. And I should have did that with this shadow. Should have been a little bit lighter, but it's okay. If I want to, I can try to soften some of it. God, it's already dry. How is it already dry? Just put it down. Because it's so hot in my apartment. So like I said earlier, could add a little warmth to this building, just experiment here, play around with. A little bit of warmth there. Okay. I feel like the foreground is kind of empty. Yeah, it kind of is. It looks empty right now. It is kind of empty. But I don't know that I want a whole lot there anyway. It looks like a mess to me, actually. Especially on the camera, it looks awful, man. But we haven't added in the very dark shit at all. So it's kind of at an ugly stage right now. Yeah, Windy the fan, exactly. Windy. Man, I'm not happy with the water. Definitely not happy with the water. It didn't come out as well. I always get disappointed with the water. I was trying to keep it very simple. I didn't want too much because I felt like in the Venice one that I did, I just had a little too much texture and stuff, and I was trying to keep this one more simplified, but whatever. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm gonna hit the darks here in a minute, and we'll see. You know, maybe I can add like posts in the foreground or something. I mean, this is Venice, so, you know, I don't know. I'll have posts added over here. You know, there'll just be more interesting small little things that I haven't added yet. Lines for the shadows under the roof. There's a lot of stuff I haven't really added yet. So hopefully it will be good. Joshua, I said I could draw it tomorrow. I could draw a turtle tomorrow. If you really want, I'll do it. But it's gonna cost you like $1 million. No, kidding. I can do it tomorrow probably. I'll draw a turtle because I have no ideas for tomorrow, or at least I did. I have a lot of ideas. I just didn't have anything on my mind for tomorrow yet. So, all right, turtle tomorrow, I guess. Okay, it's pretty dry. So let's get some of these darks in here so I can feel better about this. We get some thicker pigments. I'm gonna get some different colors going on too. We'll put in some dark green windows and closed shutters and stuff. Let's try to see. I like turtles. Yeah, that's an epic video. I totally forgot about that video. Oh man. Yeah, that's one of the greatest videos ever, dude. That little kid just trolled that news reporter, man. That's hilarious. I totally forgot about that. Alright, it doesn't need to be this thick. Let's just... Oh, you gotta watch it then. Just go to YouTube, type in "I like turtles," like Zombie Kid. I like turtles. It's hilarious. It's like the funniest thing ever. Yeah, the news bloopers are always hilarious, man. There's just like, there's so much ridiculous stuff that happens. Let's see, there's small dark stuff up there. It's kind of like a, where is it at? Let's see. Some like dark area here. Don't know if I want to add a lot of it. If I don't know if I want to make it that dark. But maybe I will. I mean, we could add a little bit of interest on this building, I think. Try to, anyway. Trying to just make some strong strokes and leave them, you know, not mess with them too much. Normally it normally looks better, looks more fresh when you do that. Like if you're able to just, you know, put a stroke down and leave it. Usually just looks better, more confident. And you can modify it a little bit if you need to, but usually one stroke is just way better. Just has a better look, better feel. It's pretty hard to read. It's pretty crazy, pretty chaotic, but I'm gonna keep going. It's not too bad. I don't think. At least now. Let's just try to keep going. Yeah, that's funny, Philip. I don't do that stuff, but I understand how hilarious that would be, actually. Was I a Ninja Turtle fan? I think when I was like a really little kid I was, but I don't really remember, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Nightbot. I don't know if it's like if you put too many messages too quickly or something. I'm not sure what the deal is. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I lost that boat that I made there. Oh well. It's not important. We lost it. We lost the boat. Oh, okay. What I really need are these windows right here. Those are the ones that's gonna hopefully make this thing. So I'm gonna make those really warm because they're like sunlit. So I want them to be like pretty warm looking. Possibly. Let's see what it looks like. Man, gosh, this camera like can't capture, just can't capture the colors I'm using. Just can't do it. Hmm. Well, it's good to hear because that's my focal point. So that's what I was trying to do. I don't know if I'm completely happy with this thing yet, but it's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. It's not bad. Not bad. I just need to deal with the water, I think, a bit more, and the boats, like these. I think adding in these boats and stuff is going to be helpful. So like, you know, once I put in like dark line for this boat, a little bit of a shadow, like the, yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not trying to get too detailed down here. I just want it to look like there's, you know, maybe 1 or 2 people down there and the other stuff, you know, just suggestion of what's happening. How long have I been doing this? All right, hour and 5 minutes. Not bad for an hour and 5 minutes. Okay. What was the spray for? It just softens things. It's a water bottle. It just softens. If I wanted to soften all this, I could just spray it. Just helps, you know, soften some areas and stuff. Pretty much, that's all it does. Put some little shadows back here for this. Architecture. Yeah, this part of the water is pretty nice. I'm not too happy with this. I think I'm gonna fix the water. I think I gotta go back over it. You're liking the reflection now? I feel like it's too dark right here and then too light here. I think it's gotta be simplified because there's too much going on, and I didn't really want that. So I'm gonna have to try to solve this. It's a funny thing, man. I'm not really a painter. I'm just a problem solver. I got to figure out. And sometimes I solve the problem, and sometimes I don't. You know, it's really all we artists are. We're just try to be good at solving problems. Boy, do I create a lot of problems with these paintings. I was liking how fresh it looked in the beginning, and then now I'm like, I don't know if I even like it at all. It's like too sketchy looking or something, you know, I don't know. I like some areas of it. I think I do have some nice line work and stuff. I don't know if the buildings need to be, I don't know. Something about it, the perspective's kind of off a little bit. A lot of it, a little bit, a lot of it. Kind of just dips down too much here. Should have been more straight or something, but what am I going to do now? I can't really do anything now about it. All I can do is recognize that, hey, that's what I did. I kind of screwed up. So I'm going to try something with this last building here. I'm going to wet this a little bit. Now I'm going to put some windows in. I meant to do that in some of these front ones. I wanted some like softer looking windows, but since these are in the distance, it makes sense to like have them look a bit more soft. I need a dark shadow right there. Let's check this out. Didn't really do much, but okay, something I can do. I see something that needs to happen actually. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna try. Need to dry it first. So while that's drying, I'm actually gonna try to paint another area at the same time. Let's just have some fun, you know? And this one boat here. Okay. I think it's dry now. So I just need to glaze this one side of the building a bit darker, and then it'll give it a third dimension. Just a subtle thing I feel like it just needs. You just need it right now. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly what I was looking for. I want it to be straight or there we go. Does it help? I don't really know. At this point, I don't know. At this point, I've been painting this thing too long, too detailed. Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate that. Ever think of doing a Zoom class so you can watch us paint watercolor and critique us? Possibly, but not really. Haven't really thought about that. Okay, I realized something it's missing. Just need some dark there. Put these windows back. Well, like I said, this was just building practice, so. This shadow should have been much lighter because it's a white building. I thought it would lighten up when it dried, but it didn't really lighten up as much as I wanted. But oh well. Oh well. Learning a lot. That's what matters, right? Definitely learning a lot. Just wanted a little more punch back there for that building on the roof. So this looks really good. I like that. That has a nice look to it. I feel like I feel like I need to redo the water. I feel like we need to blend all this together. It needs to look more like this, like just very mellowed. It needs to look like everything's bleeding together, and then I could put some dark lines over it. That's what it needs. Because right now it's just too distracting. There's too much chaos going on. You know, a lot of this is nice, but then this area is just, it's awful. It's really awful. So, and I think this whole thing's gonna look better once I take the tape off. But for now, I'm gonna try, let's just spray this whole area here a bit. And yeah, I got that pretty wet, probably too wet, especially up in the trees. But what I wanted to do was, I wanted to just try to see if any of this would go together. It's not really. But I can lift up some of the darker pigment at least. And then try to glaze this thing. See, I mean, even that softened it a little bit, you know. Not a whole lot of pigment coming up. Yeah, different paper definitely makes a difference in watercolor. Absolutely. 100% cotton is the way to go. Yeah, I would like to go to Venice. It would be really cool, but they've banned us. They have an American ban right now. Most of Europe does. Actually, I just checked the other day. I just saw that Ireland and the UK has no restrictions right now. It's like, dude, I need to go somewhere. I need to go somewhere. How do you fix it now? Oh, good question. I have no idea. Like I said, I mean, what I'm doing now is like, I'm experimenting, you know. I've never had this kind of problem. I've never really painted this before. I've never done a lot of water paintings. Mostly like paintings I've done with water were very simple. Usually it was like lighter water. So I just did a wash of a light color and then I went over it with like dark and medium and dark lines. And maybe that's kind of what I should have done here. I should have just built up the washes a little bit more. But do I have a P.O. box for fan mail? No, I do not. I've thought about it, but I don't currently. Yeah, man, I might go to Ireland, dude. I gotta get out. I gotta go somewhere. The only other countries that are open with no restrictions are kind of places that they're not really first on my list, you know, like Afghanistan's completely open. A lot of places in Africa are completely open. I think Ukraine and Belarus are completely open. You know, very few countries are completely open. Brazil is completely open. Ecuador. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm not too sure about those right now. But Ireland, UK, like, yeah, I just speak English, some kind of English at least. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cry and then use the tears from my crying to fix this painting. Oh my god. Remember that red I put in the sky? Look how it doesn't really matter, you know? Oh man, when did I have that drip? Oh dude. Oh well, doesn't really matter. What's going on, Nathan? You really think it's looking good? I don't know if it's looking good. I don't know. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. A lot of worried. The boats look good. I mean, I like the boats. It's just the water and some of the buildings, some of the perspective's a little funny. I need to start over. Try this one again. That would be an interesting exercise, like literally just paint the same subject twice, because I know the second time I could get it better, like no doubt. Probably, possibly. Let's lighten up this line. I don't really like that. It's bothering me. I don't know why, but it is. Just trying to fix the perspective a bit. Do you sign your pieces? Yes, I do. I don't normally do it on camera, but usually for something this small, I'll just write my initials in the corner because I don't want to distract from the whole painting. But if I do something a little bit larger, I'll write my whole name out. You know, it just depends. I kind of sign my stuff a few different ways sometimes. But yeah, I do sign them. Of course. And sometimes, depending on the piece, or if I remember, I'll write my name on the back in pencil and the year or something, you know. Okay. Yeah, we need Nathan here to tell me how to fix this, because he works on paintings for like one painting for like 50 hours, so I know he's had to run into problems like this. There's no doubt. So what do I do, Nathan? What's the magic? What magic do I need to work right now? Let's make some tree dots. Why? I don't know. I feel like it just needs like some kind of a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest in there. That's my focal point. I'm trying to make it my focal point. So if I can have some cool little things happening, then get your eye to go there. It doesn't need fixing. I think it does. Let's see. Tree dots. Yeah, man, tree dots right there. I feel like the water. I feel like I need the water. I feel like the water needs something. Maybe I just do dark lines in the water. There is like shadow in the water behind these buildings, so maybe that would help give it. It just needs more of something. You know, I'm not too happy about this whole area here, but at this point, what can I do? I don't know. I think we put some. I think I put some shadow in the water. Cowbell. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Have you ever done a limited print when would an artist decide to do a print? I don't know. Prints are annoying and nobody ever buys them. So I don't bother with it. Like, look, if people aren't willing to buy the original for as cheap as I'm making them, then they're not going to want to buy a print. So it's another thing to be distracted with, and I'd rather spend my time painting. That's how I feel about it. I just want to create new paintings that people are going to want to buy, or things that I'm going to like. You know, I'm not worried about making prints or whatever. All right, let's try to make some shadow in the water here from these buildings. And then, you know, we'll put in some darker lines and stuff, but you know, some kind of shadow like that. And try to bleed some of it out, make it larger over here. Down here, we'll just ruin that good area of water. Who cares? Soften this up. Don't want that to be all crazy back there. So that helped give, I mean, it definitely gave it a little bit of dimension. There's something more to it, you know, and I think maybe that's just what it needs. I think we just need some darks in the water to show that it's moving and stuff. You know, this reflection, it's not that bad, not that good, not that bad. But thanks, Philip. I appreciate it. Philip's a great supporter of my work, man. Bought 2 paintings, and hopefully, yeah, he bought one of my best ones, man. That recent one, that mountain one you bought. I'm just kidding. That was one of my favorite paintings, though. It's such a simple painting. I've painted that painting like 4 other times in different lighting scenarios, like the exact same painting. And that was one of my favorite ones that I did. It was very moody. It was just really nice. And you stole it up, and like the day after I bought it, man, the day after I bought it, you took it from me. The day after I bought it. The day after I created it, you bought it. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to focus on color mixing. I can't talk. All right, let's do some dark, but no, it's all good, man. I'm glad you like it. Glad you enjoyed it. Hope it's doing well. Okay. Okay, let's test it over here. We'll test some dark color. Okay. All right. Let's see. See what we can do with this. I think Nathan dipped out. He never told me how to fix this thing, man. What am I supposed to do without his guidance? I'm just finger painting now. I have no idea what to do. Does this look good at all, guys? I'm not seeing the whole thing. It's not looking that great. Oh boy, what do I do? I think I abandoned ship, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Things start looking stupid. Let's make some larger marks as it gets toward us. Alright, let's soften these a bit. That's what it needs. Need some softness here. I don't know why they're still brown on this brush, dude. What the heck? Doesn't really matter, but I don't know how I got that much brown on there. Oh boy, I'm not a fan of this. What happened? Let's get rid of some of these. Just glazing now. All right, it looks better to me, I guess. It's, you know, it's pretty dark water, but you know, we got some idea of reflection back here, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Gonna add some more blue to that just to possible reflection here now, maybe. So I did want to show you guys. Let's take a break from this. Let's rest our eyes from this nonsense. Let it dry for a few minutes. I wanted to show you guys some of my very first watercolor pieces. These are from like 2009, 2010. These are literally my first watercolors. So this is one of my very first ones. It's awful, man. You can see I just like kept repainting it, and like I didn't know how to do washes and make them blend very well. Yeah, everybody stop typing in caps. You're gonna get banned. Why did it delete his message? Is it because he typed in caps? Let's see. Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate it, but yeah, don't type in all caps because I won't be able to see your message. The water could be a little warmer on the right side, like maybe a glaze of yellow ochre. You could also add yellow on the building on the far right too. Yeah, I thought about that, but I didn't want that building to be warm, so I don't know. It's a mess. It's a disaster. So anyway, this is one of my first watercolors. This is 2009. I was still in college, my first or second year of college. But this is from a photograph that I took. But yeah, pretty bad. And then this is from like 2010, 2009 or something. So I got the hang of it eventually. But I was thinking of selling these on my website. These are 8x10s. Once you mat it, it mats perfectly into an 8x10. So yeah, these are some of the, I mean, you can see it's totally different than Maybe not totally different, but yeah. You know, I was able to get some light effects and stuff back then, so I kind of knew what I was doing. But you see, I paint very light. Like, nothing is super dark like I paint now, you know? All the values are very light. Very, very light. And that's something I didn't like about watercolor, because I didn't know you could get super dark. I didn't know you could really use it really, really dark. And these, like, the values are so light in these paintings. I mean, compared to what I just did, I mean, if you see the difference, like, it's just a totally different feel, you know, totally different. I mean, I like the color harmony I have going, this orange and stuff in the water. And, you know, I really like the sense of atmosphere, the sense of light that I got. But, like, I could have gone so much darker here. I could have gotten more. I mean, they're good in their own way. I mean, they're definitely a certain style. But when you just see, like, the difference in the values, I mean, it's just crazy, like, how light I kept everything. You know, a little bit of nice colors here, violets, and, you know, it's interesting. It's just an interesting. So, yeah, this is the last one. This is from a photograph that I took, but not that great. You know, I tried this when I started trying to get darker and stuff, and I mean, it's not horrible, but yeah. So I was thinking of, I don't know if anyone's interested, but I was thinking of putting these up for sale. Not this apple. This apple is, I'm gonna have to keep that one forever because nobody's gonna buy that garbage. But the other ones, yeah, I was thinking of putting them up for sale on my website. And, you know, those are my very, very first watercolors. What made you change your style? Well, nothing made me. It's not like I'm not purposely doing a certain style. Like, I'm just painting how I paint, you know? The same thing with my drawings. When I do the drawings and stuff, which you guys can see here, if you go to my website, if you check out my drawings and my paintings, I just paint naturally how I paint. And I just draw naturally how I draw. Like, that's how I do everything now. Like, everything is just how it naturally comes out. You know, sometimes I do try to be loose. I do try to do things a certain way, but that's me painting how I want to paint. Like if I wasn't doing this one loose, I would sit there and do all this detail, and I wouldn't probably really like it. But overall, I think the perspective is just off in this one. Like, it's just a different perspective. It's like we're more towards the buildings than being further away from them, which isn't bad. But, you know, I'm not a fan of this back here. Not a fan. Not a fan. But yeah, I'm learning. But yeah, style, I'm never really worried about style. I just paint naturally how I painted. And that's how I used to paint. I was very, you know, you can see all my paintings how I was very light back then. You could say I was very afraid to go dark. I was afraid to get really dark. And I did that with my drawings as well. I was afraid to get really dark in my drawings. So, all right, hour and 36 minutes. Well, I think we're about close to the end here, folks. I'm not really sure what more I could do with this. Yeah, Nathan did say I could glaze some yellow ochre. I don't know if that would help, but I see what he's saying, because it would give more of a reflection of this building if I warmed it. So maybe I'm going to try that real quick. Thank you for the advice, Nathan. I appreciate it. Trying to push my stuff to the next level here. So let's see what this might look like. Do a little bit of glazing here. It's kind of cool, actually. Cool as in not the temperature, but cool as in that's tight, yo. Let's see. I'm trying to add. Can't really add purple or anything, darkens it too much, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Yeah, and I could, like you said, I could add some ochre to this building. Let's just see, just make it a little more. Ooh, that's too dark. Let's get some more color movement there. It's pretty nice. Let's see if we can get more ochre in this water. Just a bit. You know, it's a very subtle change, but hey, sometimes that helps. Sometimes you need a subtle change. Ah, I know what it's missing, dude. Maybe. So I'm gonna try. Let's see. I'm gonna try. It's missing some reflections of the darks up above. So, like, this door right here could have like. It's missing that. It's missing these lines. These trees. Can you guys see that? It is helping a little bit. Make that darker. And this door. So that's kind of my focal area. So if I can get like some nice reflections in the water, maybe a little bit here too. It's still wet there. There we go. After you're done, do you spray it with anything? Nope. You spray oil paintings, but this is on paper, so you don't really spray it with anything. There's no need to spray a watercolor. You just mat it and frame it, basically, if you want. Artists have a really different perspective than normal people. Yes, they do. Yes, we do. I see a lot of things as color temperature and shapes. That's what I try to do. Try to always remind myself that. Shapes. But I always see color temperature all the time. Warm versus cool and all this stuff, and light and dark. Yeah, that really helped actually. I really like that, to be honest. What else? I mean, it's not like the greatest painting ever, so you know, I don't know. We'll add a little touch of dark back here just to merge it with that, because I have that dark line underneath, so I feel like we just need something else slightly darker. We'll just give a little bit of dimension back here. Some of those reflections and whatnot. All right, well, I think I take the tape off and then I get the lighter out and torch this thing on fire and start over. So let's take the tape off first and then we can burn it. I'm just kidding. It's not bad. It looks way better in person. I always say that, but I'm telling you it does. I know, man. These streams keep getting longer and longer. I don't know what's happening. I'm very slow this week. Everything is very detailed and slow. Oh, okay. I just want to see you guys' reaction to saying that I would burn it. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I wish I would have got a variety of color in this building. Like, instead of just being so purple, I wish I would have got like yellow in there a bit, or like something more. And I wish it was lighter. I feel like I want to lighten that shadow up. But I do like the contrast, because that is my that's my statement right there, this line and this diagonal here. You know, maybe I can ruin it right now and push it a little bit more. Let's see. Like maybe this shadow could be just a touch bit stronger, because since this one's so strong, I could make this one just slightly a bit stronger, but still keep it warm towards the bottom or something, like it's reflecting a bunch of light up. You know, I don't know. Just playing around. Just trying to learn stuff, figure things out. But yeah, not bad. Not bad for an hour and 45 minutes, 43 minutes. And that's including the drawing, so it's pretty cool. Oh man, we're missing, I know what it's missing. One last thing. We're missing some of the poles in the water. That's important for Venice here. So if I could make some of them lighter, I'm gonna try. I have some white watercolor paint. I think that would really help give a little bit more interest right here. They are in shadow, so they don't have to be super white. This white's gonna fade anyway, probably, once I put it on. I mean, I was hoping I could do some dry brushing, but don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Ah, come on, I want some dry brush. Let's put one right in front of this door. Yeah, don't know if it really does anything, but it gives me I can try to add some reflections possibly. Yeah, I kind of like this. I think this is... Don't want to put too many of them, but you know, I just want to show that it's a little dock for boats and stuff, because you know, you see photos of Venice and this is like always, it's always there. They're always there. Gray those down a bit. Maybe they need to be darker or something. Okay, cool. Cool. Can't even really see them, but peel the tape slowly. We need 60 more minutes. I already peeled the tape, man. The tape's off. It's clean. It's clean now. Yeah, I think that really helped. That really helped. And I could... How much more can I keep adding? I don't know if this is even going to help. It might not, but the poles are actually like striped with red. So if I could add like some red dots like on the top or something to some of them, might just give a little pop of color to, like, you know, just... Yeah, you guys can't even see that, but in person you can. Just gives it a little pop of color. There you guys go. Yeah, see? So there's like the little detail and stuff I was doing. So just some reflections and little poles and stuff. You know, it's very small stuff that doesn't even really matter, but it does help it give it, it just brings it, you know, brings it together a little bit more. You know, it's like when you're doing a street scene and you add like the power lines that are in there. Like it just, you just need it, you know. You just need like a little bit of power lines and stuff. There are like antennas and stuff up here, so maybe I can add some of those. But anyway, I don't want to go overboard. But anyway, all right. It's too dark. Oh well. Not a big deal. Well, let me see it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool actually. Wow, that came out really well. When you see it from far back, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Here, I'll try to show you guys on my webcam. Let's check it out. Oh man, hold on. There we go. So there we go. Looks really nice, I think. It's pretty cool. And we got the little boat there that I added in. That's pretty cool. I like it. Definitely like it. It's cool to see it from through different cameras and stuff, because this camera's not the best camera. You guys know that. Like, it's just hard to get the right lighting, and it always changes depending on what you put in front of the camera. It'll change the colors and stuff. You know, it darkens things, it lightens things up. So, although I did have a little boat back here I was supposed to put and I forgot. Should I add that in real quick? Like just a very, you know, very basic. Like there's supposed to be like a little gondola boat type thing. Isn't that what those are called? I don't know what they're called. Nothing too crazy. I just want a little shape back there, and then like maybe some folks hanging out on there. Am I just like doing too much now? I don't know. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you know, I think I just stare at it too long, and it's like, it's just the process of, you know, going through this. This process is it's a difficult process, man. You know, you feel good in the first few minutes if it looks good, and then you feel like you overworked the thing, and then, you know, luckily I didn't do, the only thing I really overworked I feel like was the water, and even that came out okay. But normally I always overwork the washes and stuff, and luckily I was able to get one wash on these buildings. Like, it's kind of unheard of for me to do that, so it's kind of cool. Oh, thanks for the comment, Essie. I see it now. I had to scroll up. I missed it. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Very appreciated. I just try to do my best. Somebody said something somewhere. A little touch of white. Where? What was that? Thanks for sticking in here, Triforce Hero. Yeah, it's pretty much over anyway. So, yep. I'm about to get off here in a minute. It's almost been 2 hours again. Sorry, guys. I take all your time up. Is the landscape from Venice? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Venice. Just a photo online that I found. So I don't know if that really added anything, but I know it's there, so it helped my mind anyway. So. That line bothers me back there. I knew I shouldn't have done that when I put it in, but it's all good. We just soften it a bit and move on with our life, you know what I mean? There we go. Well, thanks, Cubs win. They say, really appreciate how you keep working to get it the best. Yeah, I try, you know, I try. It's these small little things that can help it, or it's very easy to ruin it at this stage, you know. I could like start putting in little shutters on these windows and like start ruining, you know. You don't want to get into all that. At least I don't. You know, it's one of these things. It's like, you know, do these windows need to be softened? Maybe some of them, you know, I don't know, just see what happens. I can always repaint them back in, but I felt like, you know, there's too many of them, too much going on there. Like I need the viewer to be engaged in it a little bit. You know, I try to remember all these things when especially when I'm chatting with you guys. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm just saying, doing a live stream, sometimes it's very hard to remember all the things I need to remember when I'm like, you know, oh, leave some of it mysterious, you know, don't make everything hard edge, like soften this, do this. You know, I forget all these things that help to make a painting what it's supposed to be, you know, like it's supposed to be engaging and it's supposed to be fun to look at and look at all these little things, and it's supposed to make you feel good, you know, kind of. At least mine, you know, that's what I try to do. But what am I having for dinner tonight? I don't know. I think some French fries. I don't really have anything else, to be honest. So I'm going to put some French fries in the oven, son, and call it a night. But I'm getting really hungry right now. So how about adding a flag? Oh, man. Yeah, I really don't want to do that because I don't want to mess it up. So I'm probably not going to do that. Why are we talking about TV? I don't know. I'm not. Somebody probably asked a question about TV. Well, anyway, guys, you guys have any last minute questions? If not, you know what happens. But definitely be sure to check out my website, guys. I'm going to have this one up there later on tonight, hopefully. I got some drawings on there. Drawings are selling out too, but the watercolors definitely sell out sooner. So definitely check that out. And check out my music that I make on my own time on my Bandcamp page. Check out my Patreon, my t-shirts I got for sale, my donate pages. Check those out if you want to donate. Greatly appreciate it. It's all on my website. I also have more at my website. I got some tutorials. I got some blog posts. I got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I think it's finished. I really think it's finished. So hope you guys like seeing my old work. It's definitely different than what's going on now. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Zombie, Yami, everybody. You guys are the best. Sorry, I'm lagging a bit tonight. I don't know why it's lagging, but it seems I've been dropping some frames tonight. But anyway, must be a busy night tonight, I guess, for folks. But anyway, thank you guys. Here's one last look at it. Check it out if you guys are interested. $65 for these watercolors. Great price, man. I just spent 2 hours on this thing. You know, $65. That's pretty good. Most artists would charge like you know, 150 bucks, 200 bucks for this, depending on who the artist is. So anyway,